Hey everybody, and welcome back to Crochet Impossible. I am your host, Mattymon, and today we will be tackling the Stylish Pouf by Lorna Miser. This is a pattern you can find on Ravelry, it's free, and it is also a beginner pattern, so it is super easy mode. What you'll need to finish this pouf is a 10mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, and super bulky yarn. If you look at your packaging for your yarn, you'll see a number 5 or a 6, which will be bulky or super bulky. So if you want it to actually be the size that the pattern says, you'll want it to be a 6. Alright, so once you have all of your materials, let's move on to the table. I will show you some of the crochet steps that you'll need to learn how to do for this pattern. Like I said, it is super easy mode, so there aren't a lot of steps, it's just a lot of repetition. But I'll show you how to do them, and then we'll come back, and then we'll start the project together. So, I'm going to show you guys the 3 kind of steps that you need to learn to do this stylish pouf. The first one you're going to have to learn is to make the ring, so then you can make the bottom and the top of the pouf. So we're going to start with that first. I'm going to use a very, as you can see, thick black yarn to start off. And I'm also left-handed, so if you're not left-handed, you might want to find another YouTube video to show you how to do this right-handed. But essentially, you're going to start off by creating a slip knot like this. So I usually just do it by hand because it's easier that way. So you have a slip knot there. You put in your gigantic hook. I've never actually used a hook this large before. And then just kind of tease it around until it gets there. So what the plans tell you to do is you're supposed to do chain 4. So hopefully you guys know how to do this already, but essentially you just pull over. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go back to the first chain, which is right here, and then you're supposed to slip stitch. So then you kind of connect the whole thing together like that. So that is your chain 4. As you can see, there's like a little bit of a hole right there. We're going to be using that hole to create the ring. So this is the first step. The next step is you're supposed to chain 6 around. So you're supposed to single crochet 6. So you're going to chain 1 first to start off, and then you're going to single crochet into the hole that's right there. And also, while you're doing it, you see this little tail here? You want to actually hide it while you're chaining this 6. So what I'm going to do is, so you've already chained 1, you're going to go through the middle hole, grab the actual yarn, hook it through, and then pull through the yarn again. That's 1. Alright? And you're going to have to do it 5 more times to make it 6. So in, over, and then 2, in, over, 6. And that is your ring. Once you're done those 6, you are not supposed to join. You'll have 6 stitches. You're supposed to mark where the beginning is, and then you'll kind of go all the way around. So this is where we go into the second step, where we kind of expand this ring into a larger circle. You're supposed to go through each of the 6 stitches you just did at the very beginning to make the ring, and you're going to actually expand it to 12. So you're only going to be doing 2 stitches per chain to expand it to 12. So what you're supposed to do then is you're supposed to work 2 stitches in each one. So as you can see, I have a lot of room here. I'm just going to squeeze a lot of this over. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So your first stitch is actually right here. So what you're going to be doing then is you're going to be putting your yarn. You're going to be actually pulling it here. That is your first stitch right there. Okay. And what I want to be doing is I want to be pulling my yarn, and you're going to be pulling it through. So then you can have 2 on your hook. So remember, this is still a single crochet. You're going to pull through, and that's 1. And then you're going to go through that same hole again, and then you're going to pull through again, and then that's 2. So what you're doing is you're going through each stitch, and you're just doubling the amount of stitches to double the amount you have around the ring. Alright you guys, I've spent a little bit of time just finishing the first 5 rounds. Obviously you need to do more, but I figured I'd get a little bit of a bigger circle, so that way I can show you the last step that I think is important for the pouf before you can continue on with this project. Now, you're supposed to make the bottom panel first, and then you're supposed to make the top panel, and then once you're done the top panel, you don't fasten off, so you don't cut off your yarn and then you fasten off. You actually continue on with that yarn, and then you're supposed to work and change to the different colors. So in this case here, it's white. I'm going to be doing a black and white one. what you're supposed to be doing then is you're supposed to be working, as you can see here, each one of these stitches has 2 of these kind of like yarn pieces. They want you to work in just the outside yarn here, so this one here. So what you're going to be doing then is, instead of when you are going through, instead of going through both of the loops here, right, you go through just the outside one, and what you're going to be doing then is grabbing the white yarn through like this and then single stitching. So then you grab this and you pull all the way through. You go through, you go to the second one, not to the first one, grab your yarn, go around, and then single crochet through. And that's how you work on the outside stitches like this. So as you can see, you're leaving this here and you're only using that stitch right there. I think those are the amount of steps that you'll need to actually successfully do this. Thank you guys for watching. Let's head back to the main video. Alright, welcome back from the table. I hope that those steps were easy to follow. Now let's get to this project and let's finish it. So, I hope you guys have already started on your project. As you can see, I've already started on mine. This is the bottom. And as you can see, I didn't actually follow the patterning. You're supposed to switch colors here, but I decided to keep it on black here, so that way I will know this is always the bottom. Now, this piece is supposed to be 27 inches in diameter. It definitely is not. So you gotta be careful about your gauge. I followed their instructions with the 10mm hook and the super bulky yarn, but I think it's because I knot really tight. So this is gonna be a lot smaller than 27 inches in diameter, but it's okay. So that's the bottom, and this is the top here. So I've already started on the sides, as you can see. So this is the bottom right here, white, black, and then I started on the sides. So this here is like a good like 7-8 inches, and they say to get it up to 15 inches. I think I will continue with that and keep that part of the pattern, even though the bottoms and the tops are a little bit small. But one thing to keep in mind for this part is when you are switching between colors, my encouragement is that you do not fasten off, you do not cut the black and fasten off, because what happens is whenever you do that, what happens is, if I can just find it, here you go. As you can see, like there's these little kind of like bits that are just poking out from the different times I've cut it. So I've done a couple of rows, kind of like the last 4 rows, without fastening off and cutting. And so far, obviously, nothing there. You just have to be careful because your other colored yarn will just be stuck here until you go around. And also be careful not to skip this, because if you skip this, then you're constantly skipping one like little crochet step here, so you're always losing one knot. But anyways, I'm going to continue with this, and hopefully I can finish this by the time I put up this video. Alright you guys, so I am finished all the parts and I'm going to be stuffing the Pouf. I decided instead of buying a beanbag, which is really expensive, and buying stuffing, which is also really expensive, I just went to Walmart and bought like a king size pillow, and I'm just gonna like cut it out and just take the stuffing out because it's cheaper that way. So is that gonna work? Alright, so I can't believe we're actually finished a project. So this is the Pouf. I mean, it's structurally not as sturdy as I wanted it to be, and obviously with beans it would have been a lot better. But I mean, I'm super happy with how this turned out. And yeah, like it took maybe what, like a couple of hours to finish. And I'm really glad I actually finished it, and the stuffing from the pillow actually worked out really well, so I'm really happy about that. I'm actually gonna make another one because I feel like there should be 2, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you guys also try to make this project as well. It is super easy. I hope this video helped you with that journey. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys back on my next video for Crochet Impossible. Bye bye.